Welcome back to 242 Math. I am your host Raphael Thompson, and today we will be looking at the BJC Mathematics examination paper, and I will be doing the full syllabus for BJC Mathematics with sample questions. You need your pen, paper, geometry set, graph, and you need a pencil for construction. You also need to put your brain in gear. Here we go. Answer them and then we will check your answers. Number 1, estimation. The police estimated that to the nearest 100, some 9,500 persons attended the Boxing Day Junction Parade. Give the maximum number of persons who could have possibly attended this parade. Give the maximum number of persons who could have possibly attended this parade. Number 2, work quickly. Decimal places. Next topic. Write these numbers correct to one decimal place. 1.25. Do it. 0.892, 12.993, and 100.948. Do those quickly. Remember, to one decimal place only. One decimal place. Number 2. Here we go. Number 3. Significant figures. Next topic. 1.2564, 0.89291, do them, 12.0935, and 0.094961. Let's go. Number 4. 4 rules. Add, subtract, multiply, divide. The ferry to Blue Lagoon Island can transport 25 students at a time. There are 364 students that have to be transported. How many trips will the ferry have to make in order to transport all of the students? What do? Do you add? Do you subtract? Do you multiply? Or do you divide? Go ahead and do it quickly. Get an answer. Remember, the answer must tell you how many trips the ferry will have to make in order to transport all of the students. Number 5, using a table. Complete the following table and you have fraction, decimal, percent. The fraction 1/8. Change it to decimal, change it to percent. The decimal 0.8, change it to a fraction, change it to a percent. And the percent 12, change it to a decimal and change it to a fraction. Go ahead, work those quickly. Do the changes. Put your numbers in on the table. Let's go. Getting you ready for your exam. Let's go. Waiting. You should be completed. Okay. Number 6 deals with averages. Complete the following table. You have some numbers. You have to find the mean, the mode, the median, and the range of those numbers. You should know what those terms mean. The mean, what that is, what you have to do. The mode, what you have to do. The median, what you have to do. And the range, what you have to do. Do it for 2, 5, and 2. Then do it for 2, 1, 8, 1, 3. Come on, get working, get going. Do the mean, the mode, the median, and the range. The mean would be the hardest to do. Mode is simple, median is simple, the range is simple. Go ahead, get it done. You can do it. Let's go. Number 7, fractions now. And this is a hard one to solve. 8 2/3 plus 6 1/2 divided by 2 3/4 minus 1 2/3. Your brackets work first. Then you would do the division last. So go ahead, work your brackets. There are 2 ways you can work it. Any way is good. I'm going to show you the 2 ways in the answers at the end, but you need to know how to do this. This is a typical fraction question where you have to do more than one operation. Go ahead, get it done. All of the operations are in this one. Okay, move on to decimals now. Number 8. Complete the following table by changing the miles to kilometers and write the answer to the nearest kilometer. Use 1 mile as 1.6 kilometers. 133 miles, change it to kilometers. Multiply, put your answer. Do it quickly. Do it quickly. Do the multiplication. Got it? Good. Number 9, ratio. Ray is 6 years old and Kim is 10 years old. They shared $320 in the ratio of the ages. A, write the ratio in simplest terms to show Kim's age to Ray's age. Do that quickly. And then B, calculate the amount of money that Kim received. Only Kim. First, do their ratio. And remember to show the Kim's age to Ray's age. That's important, guys. So pay attention to that before you simplify. And then find how much money Kim would get. Just Kim. Typical ratio question. You must be able to master these. Let's go. Number 10, proportion. Ratio and proportion. Pat mixes 20 cups of coconut water into gin, sweet milk, and coconat water mix. How much gin and sweet milk should he add to make a 2 to 3 to 5 mix? Okay, you want to get a 2 to 3 to 5 mix. And you know that he put 20 cups of coconut water. Remember where I have gin, sweet milk, coconut water, it's in that order, 2, 3, 5. That's important. Work it. Solve it. Go. Let's go. Simple interest now. 11. Sam places $5,000 in a bank at a rate of 4% for 3 years. A, calculate the simple interest. And I gave you the formula. Simple interest, PRTO 100. And then B, calculate the amount of money Sam will have at the end of 3 years. I gave you the formula for the amount. The amount is the principal plus the simple interest. Go ahead and work it, guys. I'm helping you here. I'm giving you the formulas. Work it. Put an answer. Do it quickly. Do the simple interest first. PRTO 100. Then calculate B, the amount. Come on. You can work it. Let's go. Simple interest. Okay, let's move on. Hire purchase, number 12. Tom went to the furniture store to purchase a bedroom set. The set cost $6,000. He decides to use the hire purchase plan to make a down payment of $1,500 and then pay $250 a month for 24 months. Calculate the down payment as a percentage of the cost price and how much is the bedroom set using the hire purchase plan. The down payment as a percentage of the cost price. Don't let that get you nervous, guys. Just do it. I'm telling you what you have to do. Calculate the down payment as a percentage of the cost price. Put your numbers in. Work out that percentage. Put it in. You can do that. And then find the hire purchase plan, the cost of the hire purchase plan for the bedroom set. Let's go. Let's go. Number 13, sets and Venn diagrams. The Venn diagram shows the students who like vanilla V, chocolate C, and strawberry S ice cream. How many students like only one flavor of ice cream? Find the sectors, find the areas for that and add them in. And then B, how many students like 2 or more flavors of ice cream? Find the areas that pertain to that and add up the numbers for that. So A, add some numbers. B, add some numbers. Let me help you. One flavor, you would have 3 numbers to add. Okay, let's go on. Squares, cubes, and roots. 14, solve. Square root, 49 plus cube root, 125 minus 2 cubed plus 4 squared. You have all of them in there. Solve. Add. Subtract, then add. And here we go on to number 15, wages. Complete the following table. You have the hourly pay, the daily pay, the weekly pay, and the monthly pay. You paid $8.50 an hour. How much are you paid for 8 hours? How much are you paid for 5 days? And how much are you paid for 4 weeks? Okay. Work those, multiply, get your numbers, put them in on the table. Straightforward, just multiplying. Do it quickly. Do the daily, 8 hours. And then do the weekly for 5 days. And then do the monthly. Okay, we move on to number 16, rate. Wendy walks the beach at Sanders Beach and makes 90 steps in 1 minute. A. At this rate, calculate the number of steps she makes in 1 hour. B. If each of Wendy's steps measures 0.32 meters, calculate the total distance she walks in 1 hour, giving your answer to the nearest kilometer. Okay, so do A, number of steps she makes in 1 hour, and then do B. Remember to write your answer to the nearest kilometer. Do it quickly. Remember, write your answer to the nearest kilometer. That's important, so you get full marks. Here we go, number 17, measurement. On local flights, Bahamas Air charges $65 for a bag weighing more than 44 pounds. A. If 1 pound is about 0.5 kilograms, change 44 pounds to kilograms. B. Change the answer in A to grams. So do it quickly. Two things you have to do. Change 44 pounds to kilograms, and 1 pound is 0.5 kilograms or half a kilogram, about that, and then change the answer in A to grams. Okay, let's move on. Measurement. Next one, 18. Mel bought a red piece of ribbon that was 2 feet 9 inches long from a fabric store on Madeira Street. She then cut this ribbon into 12 equal pieces. How long was each piece in inches? How long was each piece in inches? Work it and put that answer. Remember, you want your answer in inches. Let's go. Number 19, integers. Ontario recorded the following temperatures for 4 winter days: -9, -9 degrees, -1 degree, -15 degrees, and 5 degrees. Arrange these temperatures in ascending order. A. B. Calculate the mean temperature. Okay, arrange them in order first, in ascending order. Do that quickly. And then calculate the mean temperature for those 4 days. Go ahead, you can do that. Work it. Get it done. Calculate the mean now. Put an answer. You should know how to do the mean by now. You have to do it for the examination. And here we go, number 20, graphs. The following pie chart shows the preference of 36 students in grade 80 at the Abaco Central High School for each of the following fish: snappers, grants, jacks, and turbots. How many students like turbots? Well, you know, we call them turbots, but they're queen triggerfish. We just say turbots. So go ahead, work it. Do it quickly. And we go on to number 21, geometry. Find the missing angles. And you have 2 missing angles, A and B. You can find A first, simple calculation. And then for B, you need to find an angle and then find B. Go ahead, do it. Work it. Get it done. This is geometry. You have to know how to tackle these, and we go on to bearings. 22. Write the bearing of sailboat P from Nassau Harbor H. One simple calculation and you will have your answer. Bearing, you need to know how to do it. I will not tell you what you have to do for this. It's something very simple. Once you learn it, then you're straight for any bearing question. Get an answer, put it in. Add 2 numbers. That's the bearing. Let's go. Number 23. Now this is where you need your pencil. You can only do this in pencil. The rest you'd have to do with pen. Construct an angle of 60 degrees, guys. Go ahead, get it done. So draw your line, draw a line. Then use your compass and draw and construct that angle, okay? You have to use your compass, guys. When you're finished, use your protractor to check it, to make sure it's 60 degrees. Leave your marks in the arcs that you draw. You have to show them and draw this with a pencil. Everything else, pen. Let's go, do your construction. Waiting on you. You should be completed by now. And we go on to the circle. A circular, number 24. A circular road along West Bay Street has a radius. A circular road sign has a radius of 7 inches. Calculate A, the circumference, and I gave you the formula. And B, the area, and I gave you the formula. Circumference is equal to pi d or 2 pi r, and the area is equal to pi r squared. You use pi as 22/7. You must use 22/7 for pi. Go ahead, guys, work it. Do your circumference first. put your numbers in, use one of those, pi d, or use 2 pi r. And then for area, use pi r squared. Remember, you can cancel out when you put 22 over 7, cancel out, then work to get a final answer. Circumference, know how to put the answer, and area, know how to write the answer for area, so you get full marks. Let's go, work it. Number 25, solid geometry. Use the solid shape, find a number of faces, edges, and vertices. I will not tell you what these words mean. You should know. If not, if you'd watch a previous test, you would know. Faces, edges, vertices. What do you count? You should know. This is solid geometry. There you have a rectangular prism or a cuboid. Let's go. Number 26, probability. Place the letters A, B, and C on this wheel. If the probability of the spinner landing on A is 1/2, landing on B is 1/3, and landing on C is 1/6, place the letters on the wheel. So you only put capital A, B, or C on that wheel. Let's go to number 27, combinations. Tony wants to attend government high school. He has to pick one elective class and one language class. The electives are drama, art, and journalism. The languages are Spanish, French, Latin, and Creole. How many different combinations of classes can Tony choose? Do it quickly. Number 28, straight line graph. Complete the table of values for the equation y is equal to 2x plus 3. Here again, you can use a pencil. Okay, use the pen to write in the answers on the table. Using a scale, and then using a scale of 1 centimeter, 1 unit on the y-axis, and 1 centimeter, 2 units on the x-axis. That's important. Draw the graph of the equation y is equal to 2x plus 3. C, use your graph to find x when y is 0. And D, graph the solution to y is less than or equal to 2x plus 3. So that's an area on the graph that you will have to shade in for D. Okay, once you're on the graph paper, you can use a pencil. On the table, use a pen to put in the answers for y. Let's go, get it done. And we move on to perimeter and area, 29. Find the perimeter and area of the shape. You should know how to work this. There's no set formula to do a shape like this because it consists of 2 shapes. So do the perimeter first, find the distance all around, and then do the area. The area, you're gonna have to add 2. You have to separate it into 2 rectangles and then find the area of each and add. That's as much as I can help you with this one for area. But first you gotta figure out the missing sides. Do it quickly. And number 30, guys, volume. The volume of a cylinder is given by the formula V is equal to pi r squared h. If the radius of this cylinder is 2 centimeters and the height is 10 centimeters, calculate the volume of the cylinder. Use pi is equal to 3.14. Do not get scared of this question, guys. It's easy. Okay, I'm giving you the formula. Pi, V is equal to pi r squared h. Put in your numbers. So where you see pi, put 3.14. R squared is 2 squared and h is 10. Multiply, give me an answer, straightforward. It's a topic you don't get for BJC, but I'm giving you the formula and giving you the numbers. So don't be afraid when you see a problem like this. Go into it, tackle it, work it out. Multiply, get an answer. And know how to write your answer at the end for volume to get full marks. Here we go. 31 algebra. 1, solve 3x minus 2 is 10. 2, factorize 2x plus 6. And 3, if a is 2, b is 3, and c is 5, calculate a cubed minus 2b plus c. So just stick your numbers in and work it. Do it quickly. Number 1, solve. 2 steps. Number 2, factorize. And number 3, you have to calculate it, putting your values into that expression. Let's go. 32, coordinate geometry. Plot and join these points, 5, 7, 5, 4, and 7, 4. Name the type of triangle formed. So you do that quickly. You take a few seconds to plot your points and then draw the triangle and then name the type of triangle. Come on, get it done. Pencil on the coordinate grid and then use a pen to give me the answer. Name the triangle. Here we go. Transformations, 33, last question. Use this grid to answer the following questions. A, draw and label the points -1, 1, A, B, -1, 3, and C, -2, 3 to form ABC. So put your points in and then form the line, draw the line, put the lines together to form triangle ABCB. Reflect triangle ABC in the line x equal 2 to form the image A1, B1, C1. And C, rotate triangle ABC 180 degrees about the origin, label the image A2, B2, C2. And D, triangle ABC is translated by the vector -3, 6, -6 to A3, B3, C3. Draw and label the image A3, B3, C3. A lot to get done, so I'm going to give you a bit more time to get this one done. Remember, you do the reflection first in the line x equal 2 and then do the rest. Okay, here we go. Now we have your answers. Let's see what you got right. First one was 9,549 persons. Hope you got that one correct. You are estimating to the nearest 100. You're calculating it to the nearest 100. That's why it's 9,549 instead of 9,550, because you would have taken it up to the next 100. But it's 9,500 is the answer. Okay, decimal places number 2. The first one is 1.3, then 0.9, then 13.0, then 100.9. The one with 13.0, you just add a 1 to the 12 to get 13, and you put the 0.0. That's the one decimal place. You got all of those, guys? Good work. Let's do significant figures now. First one is 1.26, 0.893, then 12.1, then 0.0950. Again, for this one, you got 0.094. Add a 1 to the 4 to get 5, because you have a 9 at the back of it. So that's how you do significant figures. Remember, 0 to the front isn't significant, 0 at the back isn't significant, but in the middle it is. Like C, 3C, that 0 in the middle there is significant. Okay, let's move on to number 4. 4 rules. You have to divide, guys. 364 divided by 25, and you got 14, remainder 14. Now, why would it be 15? Because you have 14 persons remaining, so you have to make another trip. Okay, so it's 15 trips, not 14. To take everyone is 15. Let's move on. Using a table, complete the following table. The decimal for 1/8 is 0.125. The percent is 12.5%. The fraction for 0.8 is 4/5, and the percent is 80%. The decimal for 12 is 0.12, and the fraction is 3/25. Hope you got all of those correct, guys. You have to know how to deal with a table that changes fractions to decimals to percents. Let's go. Number 6, complete the following table. The mean was 3, the mode 2, the median 2, the range 3 for 252. For 21813 the mean is 3, the mode is 1, the median is 2, the range is 7. Remember, the mean is just the average. So you add them up and divide by how many numbers you have to get the mean. That was the hardest part. The mode is the one you see most often. The median, the number in the middle when you arrange them in order. And the range is the highest, take away the lowest. You need to know those definitions. And number 7, fractions, solve it. And this one way, I just added 8 and 6, and then added 2/3 and a half, and then take away 1 from 2, and then 3/4 take away 2/3, and I would get the final answer would just be 14. There's another way to work it, and you can work it by changing your mixed numbers to improper fractions. So you get 26/3 plus 13/2 divided by 11/4, take away 5/3. And you'll still end up with 91/6 times 12/3. Remember, you have to multiply when you're dividing and turn the back fraction upside down, invert it. 14. And we go on to number 8, decimals. And you have to change 133, just multiply by 1.6, you get 213. Ratio. The first part, you have to write the ratio in simplest terms, and it was 10 to 6, because it's Kim to Ray, so it's 10 to 6, 5 to 3, and the amount of money Kim would get is 508 times 320/1, $200. Okay, so you multiply numbers on the top, you get 1,600 divided by 8, and that's what we got the $200 from, for Kim. You only needed Kim for that one. Hope you got those correct, guys. And number 10, proportion. So the gin would have been, if it's 5, 2, 3, 5 mix, and you got 20 cups of coconut water, that means for the 5 is 20 cups of coconut water. That's where I got the 5x equal to 20. 5 times something is 20. So x is 20/5, x is 4. Then use that to find the gin. 3 times 4, because the gin is 3. The sweet milk is 2. So 12 cups and 8 cups. And just divide the numbers you get there, and you would get your 235 back. Hope you got that. Let's move on to simple interest. And I gave you the formula, so you have no excuse for not getting these correct. Simple interest was $600. 5,000 times 4 times 3 over 100. And the amount was the principal plus the interest. So it's 5,600. Remember, PRT is principal times rate times time. Principal is the amount of money you put in, the $5,000. The rate is 4%. That's where you get the 400, and the 3 was the number of years, time, 3. Let's move on. Hire purchase. And A, you have to find the down payment as a percentage of the cost price. So the down payment was $1,500. The cost price was $6,000. And then you just multiply it by 100 over 1 to get the percentage, 25%. And the hire purchase plan was the $1,500 plus $250 times 24, so it's $7,500 for the hire purchase plan. Hope you got those correct, guys. Let's move on to number 13, sets on Venn. You have to add, I told you 3 numbers for A, 8 plus 6 plus 5. Those numbers would show the students who like 1 flavor, and then 1 plus 3 plus 4 plus 2. In the inside, 2 flavors or more for 10. Okay, so you must know areas on the Venn to add to get answers for those. Let's move on. Squares, cubes, and roots. And your square root of 49 is 7. Cube root of 125 is 5. 2 to the power of 3 is 8. And 4 squared is 16. When you do that, you get 20. Got it? Excellent work, guys, if you got that correct. And number 15, wages. And you have the hourly pay is $8.50 for 8 hours. That's $68. For 5 days, that's $340. For 4 weeks, 1 month, you get $1,360. $1,360, guys. Simple multiplication for each one of those. And we go on to 16 rate. In 1 hour is 60 minutes, so it's 90 times 60, 5,400 steps. And then if each step is 0.32 meters, multiply 5,400 by 0.32, you get 1728, 1,728 meters. Change that to kilometers is 1.728, but you want it to the nearest kilometer. That's how we come. We got 2, guys. So you must have 2 to get full marks for that. 5,400, then 2. Measurement. And the 44 pounds, if you change it, you multiply it by 0.5, you get 22 kilograms. And then change that to grams, you get 22,000 grams. Got it? Okay. Here we go. And number 18, measurement. Mel bought a red piece of ribbon that was 2 feet 9 inches long. Change that to inches. 2 feet is 24 inches. Add the 9 inches to it, you get 33 inches. And then change that into divide by 12 is 12 equal pieces, and you get 2.75 inches or 2 3/4 inches. That's it. As simple as that. Here we go to number 19, integers. Arrange them in ascending order. So if ascending mean you were going up from lowest. Remember, Jesus ascended into heaven, so you had to go up to get to heaven. So it's negative 15, minus 15, minus 9, minus 1, and 5. Calculate. Remember, for negative numbers, the higher the number, the lower it is. The mean, just add them up, and you get negative 20 over 4, negative 5 for the mean. You divide by 4. When you add them, you get negative 20, and you divide by the number days 4, so you get negative 5. Got it? Let's go to graphs. Number 20. The turbits would be 360 minus, and add the 80, the 120, and the 110. And when you subtract that from 360, you get 50 degrees. So it's 50 over 360 times 36 over 1. 5 students for turbits, guys. 5 students for the queen triggerfish. Who like that? Okay, hope you got that one correct. Remember, for a circle, you're dealing with 360 degrees. That's why you put 50 over the number of degrees over the 360. Let's move on to geometry, the missing angles. First of all, right angle triangle. So you just subtract 52 from 90 to get 38. And then for B, you have to find, you say I have the 93 there. That's the missing angle for that triangle. And then on the other side is 180 minus 90, 87 degrees. So a simple working to get B. A was straightforward. So you have to look at what you're given and work with what they give you to find the missing angles. Let's move on to number 22, bearings. Bearing is from north. You see we have the red line in. So that's 180 on one line, and then add the 60. I told you it was a simple calculation. 180 plus 60, 240 degrees. And that would be the bearing. Okay, so as simple as that. Bearing is always taken from north. That's what you have to remember. That's all. And then you figure out the angle. Let's move on to number 23 now, guys. Constructions. That's how you construct an angle at 60 degrees. Draw your line and then use your compass, stretch it more than halfway, draw an arc, and then put the point at K and cross the arc, and then draw a line from J up to that to P, and that would be your angle is 60 degrees. Check it with the protractor. Make sure it's 60 degrees. You must show it like this to get full marks. If I don't see any arcs, you don't get marks. Okay, so you have to actually construct it, not just draw it. And number 24, the circle. The circumference, I gave you the formula, guys. No reason to get that wrong. It was, and they gave you the radius, so use 2 pi r. So it's 2 times 20 over 7 times 7, 44. The area was 22 over 7 times 7 times 7, 154 inches to the power 2 square inches. You have to put square inches for area, or you do not get full marks. You have to remember that, guys, for area, and I show you why, because it's inch times inch, so it's inches to the power of 2 square inches. And I gave you the formulas, guys, for that, so you should have been able to work the circumference and the area. Let's move on to number 25, solid geometry. You see me mark up the this is what you do, mark up each one for the edges. The faces would be 6, the flat surfaces, the edges would be the lines that I have marked out 12, and the vertices would be where 2 edges meet, 8. That's it. You shouldn't make a mistake in this. Once you know what faces, edges, and vertices are, just count them and you would get the marks for that question. You have to know faces, edges, and vertices. Let's move on to number 26, probability. And you have A is a half, so that means half of that would be 3. Half of is 6 sectors, so half would be 3. And then B is 1/3, that would be 2. And then C is 1/6, it's just 1. That's how you place those letters in on that for probability. Let's move on to number 27, combinations. And it's simple. How many electives and how many languages? Electives 3, languages 4, 3 4, just multiply. For combinations, you just multiply how many the items that you have for each thing, and that's how you count. You get 3 times 4, 3 electives times 4 languages, 3. The straight line graphs now, guys, on the table. Remember, put these in pen on the table. It would be -1, 0, 3, 5, 7, and you see it goes. The numbers would go in order on it because it's a straight line graph. And then you have to use a scale 1 centimeter 1 unit on the y and 1 centimeter 2 units on the x, and then draw your graph. And then on the graph, find x when y is 0, and then put in the area where y is less than or equal to 2x plus 3, and that was all done here to show you what was done. And remember, when you want to find the area, see where I have that green circle, just find a coordinate to use, 2, 3, and if it's true, then you have to shade that area. If that was false, then you'd shade the area to the top. So it's simple to do that at the end. And you see where the red circle is, where x, y is equal to 0. You get -1.5. Perimeter and area. Find the perimeter and area shape. First, you have to find x and y. And x is 26 minus 19. That's 7. Y is 36 minus 23 to get 13. Then you add them together for the perimeter. 36 plus 26 plus 23 plus 7 plus 13, 124 meters. Okay, so it's 36 plus 36 plus 26 plus 26 to get the perimeter distance all around. Now we do the area. Area is, you have to find, first I form 2 rectangles. So in one is the green numbers, 23 times 26 meters is 598 square meters, and then the y, 19, the purple, 19 and y is 13, so you get 247. Add them, 845 square meters. So for that, there's no set formula. You just have to figure out the rectangles and then add to get the area. Number 30, the volume is length times width. Now the volume for this one is pi r squared h. So you just put your numbers in for pi, for r, and for h. And then I told you what they were. 3.14 times 2 squared times 10. And that gives you 125.6 cubic centimeters. And you must put cm to the power 3. Why? Because you multiply cm 3 times. 2 centimeters times 10 centimeters, centimeters. So that's why it's to the power 3. There's no magic thing for that. You just see what you're multiplying. Algebra. Number 31. So the first one was x is 4. The second one, when you factorize, you divide by 2, you get 2x plus 3. And the last one, put your numbers in, you get 7. Once you put the numbers into the expression, you should be able to work it to get 7, guys. Okay, hope you got those correct. hope you're an expert at algebra. You will be having a lot of it on the test. And here we go from algebra. We will be moving on to coordinate geometry 32. Plot and join these points 5, 7, 5, 4, 7, 4. Just plot them and then join them. And you would get a right triangle or right angle triangle. And that's straightforward and simple once you know how to use coordinates. And that was it for 32. Remember, you do your drawings with a pencil and you write the answer with pen. And that would be it for 32. We move on 33 final transformations, and you have to draw and label the points -1, 1, -3, -1, 3, and -2, 3 from the triangle ABC. I did that, and then you would reflect it in the line x equals 2. So fine, the green line is x equals 2. You put it on the other side and flip it. That's what I did, and you get A1, B1, C1. Remember, match up A, B, C, A1, B1, C1 to your letters A, B, C. No magic about it. Just look at where the letters are. Second part, you have to rotate triangle ABC 180, so it would be in the quadrant across from it, and then you would flip it to get the way that is drawn. So again, I drew the lines across the X and up to it, and then you would flip that to get A2, B2, C2, and again match up your letters to your sides. If B is where the right angle is, B2 have to be where it is, and do the rest. And the last one, translated using a vector -3, 6, -6. So you count it from C, -3, you go to the left, and then -6 you go down. That's where C3 would be, and then do the same for B and then for A, and you would get the triangle in the same position that they have it down at the point where you have A3, B3, C3. Just match up your letters and you have it. There you go. Thank you, guys. You must score 50% or higher on these questions in order to be successful in the BJC exam. And thank you for watching. See you in the next one.